Camnet TV discussing national matters. The names,
discussing national.
The names, madam? Matters.
So, interview on Camnet TV, lunchtime cafe.
Aha.
Hey, wait, madam. Where is the cable that we are supposed to use for sound?
Yeah, but send that when it will pick. It will pick. It's alright.
Such wusa, Pamanje. Where am I supposed to use it for?
Apo penny choose a chain.
Oh, okay.
So it's
This is where I'm supposed to click here.
Pesa.
Landscape, rotate your device to its normal vertical orientation.
It auto rotate.
It's not.
So in landscape we can stand up penny choose.
Yeah?
Because if it's on auto rotate, it means that
No, wait.
once you put it, yara change.
No, but it's not supported.
It's not supported. Then just put it in chan, in portrait.
Just put it like this. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for Machubusa. Go off to right. He needs to be going live so that
Madam Shota.
he attracts.
How does Madam Shota put hers when you go live?
Kabike Street.
Aye. Yes, sir. How do you put your landscape on Facebook?
No, we don't.
No, there is a way on how often go setting for it to do this.
But in landscape, once you go live, it needs to change. Auto rotate, become landscape. Once you go live, you are change.
So meaning tifake soka, it's kind of live, you can put and sideways so.
You're checking,
No, you have to start first.
Honorable. Let me get honorable. Honorable is coming. Okay.
I'm not hearing you very much. I'm not getting.
Hello, madam. Hello.
Both mics on.
Yes. Choose Monenka transmit Oko. Honorable, please.
Okay. Madam Shota.
Continue talking, sir.
Okay. Now what you so
Daddy.
once you go live, mo portrait. Yara turning aeka. If it doesn't turn, then leave it in portrait. So chat.
Madam Shota.
And she's able. She's able.
Say something.
Say something.
Hello.
I'm not hearing.
Good afternoon.
What?
Transmitter
Volume
is
is very low.
Say something, Joe.
Hello.
Just close it.
Hello.
Cosa che appena?
Madam Shota.
Yes, I'm hearing you more constant than Kumamba. How are you? How are you, sir?
How are you, madam?
Fine, thank you.
How are things?
No, the Lord is blessing.
Yeah, good.
Kaliche?
Okay, na John abwene.
Okay.
Wali mprema mafakia ni ya ukunanguya.
Uko ya pera, uko good pressure kuli the church mix. It's fine.
As long as
As long as this one is connected, then we are safe. Tiens mama do.
Hey, I think so. You really want to do?
Let's go.
Come and put it for you.
Who is that?
Come on now. Honorable, first of all, we'll talk about your visit to Western Province. Then we'll come back now to national matters, Honorable. Then I wanted to find out, are we addressing you as acting chairperson?
Yeah.
As acting chairperson, right?
Oh, that's
fantastic. Yet to be chairperson.
I know.
That's the main goal.
No. I'm actually substantive vice chairperson.
Vice chairperson.
Professor California.
Hello. Fakali volume kumix out.
I was talking about this car.
Oh.
Hello.
Aren't you?
No.
Hello.
That one is for the ring light. This one is you just
Hello?
here. That's the phone.
Check there, check. For sound. Then we can come to a constitutional amendment, so now. Then we can come to the matters of the party. How are we mobilizing? We are only remaining with minus honorable
8 months.
Yes. And people are saying, no, there's no opposition. So we need to know.
No, tell them, here we are.
Here we are. The opposition
He's here. The vehicle is here.
The vehicle is right here.
It's right here.
Eh? Stop doubting.
Stop complaining about no opposition.
Eh?
Yeah.
The vehicle is here.
Eh?
But it will be a surprise here. For the ruling.
That's it. What I saw in West.
Ah, Nishkwasi.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Kindly close that door. Hello there, lovely good afternoon, and welcome to Camnet TV's Lunchtime Cafe. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, we are live on Camnet TV. We are also live on Dr. RICHWELL SIAMUNENE's Facebook page. I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Honorable, good to see you, and welcome back to Lusaka.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, viewers.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Honorable, I don't know whether you are aware of a certain video that I'm going to play. I'm sure you're okay, that's the clip that sets our discussion for this particular afternoon. A lunchtime cafe crew intercepted that particular clip that is circulating, and it has gone viral on so many social media platforms. Honorable, as we said, the ball rolling, just can you tell us what was really happening in that particular clip?
Yeah. As you know, when you are a politician, whenever you introduce yourself, people remember you, or whether you did wrong during your time, or you did right, or did good things. So this was Western Province. I was the provincial minister then in 2014, 2015. So people still remember you. You still remember him for their own reasons. Okay. So I greeted them, and they were able to recognize, and that's how. Unfortunately, the cancer came in to disrupt the people there who were greeting me. Okay. So anyway, that's how it is.
Okay. I heard some pro SIAMUNENE chants from the crowd that was greeting you there. We heard some songs praising your name.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had even designed the song for me. I thought my name was so difficult. That in his nose is very easy and in choir.
Okay.
So those are my relatives, and we worked very well when I was a provincial minister. I related with them, we ate with them, and they still remember those days.
Okay, fantastic. Viewers, we are with Honorable RICHWELL SIAMUNENE, former minister, and now he is the acting Zambia We Want vice chairperson. It is an opposition political party. Come through and give your contributions. The number is 0973-852700. Let's interact. Now, Honorable, talking about political parties, there have been pronouncements that are being made that currently in Zambia, there is no formidable, credible, critical opposition political party. How does that sit with you?
Well, first of all, let's start to describe what is a political party.
Okay.
I think that's the only way we can come to a conclusion or a point of reasoning. A political party is just a vehicle that people uses to decide on what they want to do. So political parties tender their manifestos, they tender their ideas, how they look at things and what they want to do in order to arrive at a point where every Zambian or every person in that particular catchment area will be happy. So in this case, There are so many political parties, of course.
Okay.
There are so many political parties. Do they answer to the to what is prevailing? That is a question now, which we have to solve. Being credible, of course, anyone can be credible at one time. Okay. What is happening now is that the people themselves, they are the one who makes a political party to be credible.
Okay.
Okay? So, for one political party to make itself credible, it's very a political party that has the right message, that has got the right answers. We believe, at Zambia we want. We have the manifesto. We have the constitution that is well researched. We did not just decide to form a political party of that nature and give it its name, Zambia we want. No. It was not something. It's something that was interrogated, researched, and we said, gentlemen, we are Zambia.
Okay.
We have been in government. We know where we've gone wrong. We know where we've gone right. And we know where we are coming from. And we know exactly where we are and where we are supposed to be. That is why we said, okay, at this time, let us give it the name Zambia we want. Entire Zambia, what do we do then right now? We said, we don't want to join a political party that is only spearheaded by one individual. Okay. This is what has brought us this far, as far as governance is concerned. Because that individual has got absolute power to decide whatever he wants to do. Sometimes to the detriment of the nation itself. Because those who are the followers who will not argue, they will just agree. And they will start condemning that leader after he has left power and joined other political parties. You've seen what is happening. We saw what was happening. Okay? Start condemning that particular leader when he comes out to power. I think this is not right. We said, no. We better create something where everyone, every Zambian is free to contribute. Okay? No one will be dismissed, basically because one has divergent views, no one. So, this is a political party that we have created. This is an environment. This is what we want to create. This is a vehicle that we have created. It is not, some people say, no, you are old politicians, what and what. But we are saying, this Zambia we want. We have not yet arrived at choosing the presidential candidate. We have not yet arrived at choosing the parliamentary candidates. We have not yet reached that far. Then, why are you complaining? Yes, from these other political, but you will complain that because when somebody is there, as in terms of formed a political party, you cannot oust him from that. You will put every means to make sure that he or she perpetuates her stay in that position.
Okay.
And we are saying Zambian wants no. We are inviting every Zambian who feel that this country needs to be somewhere else, and who feel that he has what it takes to contribute the well-being of this country. And we are saying we have created a vehicle, young, old. Can you come? Let us join hands. Let us create a Zambia that we want. Okay? We are not looking at where one comes from. We are not looking at the tribal. We are not looking at the ethnicity. We are not looking at religion. There is no consideration of that nature. We are saying we have to invite every Zambian, and you are free. All these positions that we are holding as the vice chair, chairperson, the president, they are all on interim basis, just to make sure that the registration is done. And when we have registered now, we said, okay, and even the Zambian constitution does provide that all political parties must go convention. Now, this one is a unique on its own, because we don't have Wamuyayaya leadership. We don't have a Messiah leadership. We just have colleagues who have joined hands. And among us, okay, among those members, okay, you must be a member first for you to be considered. You must join first, become a member. And then when you become a member, then you are eligible to aspire to any position of your choice. All what we want is to create a better Zambia. That's all.
Okay.
Our central point,
No, you can go
our
ahead.
central idea is to create a better Zambia. How do we create a better Zambia? This is why we have done a constitution of that nature, where there is a separation of power between the party and the executive. Because that's what we have been crying. And that's what has made us to be where we are. Because there is no real separation of power in terms of the governance of this country. I don't fear, because some politicians, you see, they don't look at where we have come from. They will condemn, even what happened in the past, they will not condemn it. They will only condemn the present. We are not going to solve things if we consider in that order. We must know where we have come from. What is it that we have done wrong? What is it that we have done right? How can we then create a situation, an environment that is conducive for all Zambians? And that's what we have done. Okay, first thing first must be done. Charity begins at home. We have to deal with our club rules. The rules within our party must reflect what we are going to do. And that is why we say, okay, let's separate the power. The chairperson of the party will not, at any material time, will not aspire to be the president. He will remain the chairperson, conducting day-to-day activities of the party. And that one who will be aspiring to be the president, he cannot be a chairperson. So meaning that in terms of running the party, is the chairperson. So that this president now, once elected into government, his job will be to run government. And this party now will provide, the party will provide an oversight. Okay? To those in government, I say, look, guys, your movement is not right. This is not what we told the Zambian people. This is not what our manifesto says.
Now wait, Honorable. That
Yes.
reminds me of the conflict, the internal conflict that took place in the MMD between the late former Second Republican President, Dr. Frederick Titus Jacob Chiluba, and the late Dr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, when the latter was voted into government, then the former remained as a party president. This brought conflict. The former was saying, I'm still the party president, even though I'm not the Republican president. And the latter was arguing to say, look, I'm the Republican president, meaning that even the powers of the party functionalities are supposed to be vested in me. We saw the conflict and we know the story, how it ended. How are you going to avoid this?
No, you
as
see,
Zambia
if
want?
you look at that, it was not born within the MMD constitution. It was something that was thought after.
Okay.
So members did not buy in there. There was no agreement there. Okay? It just came in there, just somebody to protect his position and say, look, let me have influence. You remember very well that. Why was it coined in that order? Because Chiluba wanted the third term.
Okay.
You remember very well. President Chiluba wanted the third term. So when he could not get the third term, that's how he coined that clause that he should remain as the party president. Now, it was not thought of, it was not something that was born out of consensus. No, it was because one wanted to protect his position, to have influence even when there is another president. And it was even thought that because Mwanawasa was perceived that he would not act because of those are things, because of his accident and so on and so forth, he would not act in that order, would be so much at it. So that is what was done. But it is different to this. This one is something, a replica of South African,
Okay.
where you remember very well,
Yes.
Jacob Zuma
Was recalled by the party.
and even Thabo Mbeki
Was recalled
recalled the party. What happened there? Everything went on. He says, okay, fine. Because he knew, Jacob Zuma knew that the constitution of ANC is that.
Okay.
And that he knew even when he was becoming the Republican president that, look, I can be recalled at any given time should the party decide otherwise.
Is this what you are replicating as well?
Yeah, that is what we are saying. We must do that in order to start the separation of power from the party point of view. So that as we get into government, then we proceed with that order. So that the parliament, judiciary, and the executive, each of these organs must operate independently without influence of the other. Okay? So much if those in government, they are doing something wrong, parliament will come. No, we are not allowing you on this one. Why do you want to have this bill passed?
Okay.
Accordingly, our assessment, our consideration, our wisdom tells us that this bill should not go ahead.
Okay.
So the party will not have, the executive will not have influence in terms of controlling parliament. Same as well the judges. We feel that no one should control the judges. The judges, they are supposed to make rulings according to the way the law is, according to the dictate of our statutes.
How are you going to achieve this as Zambia we want, Honorable, seeing that as a country we've created powerful individuals as opposed to powerful political parties, powerful institutions? We've created powerful individuals. If Zambia we want is SIAMUNENE and SIAMUNENE is Zambia we want, without SIAMUNENE, Zambia we want is dead. We saw this during UNIP. We saw this happening in the MMD. How are you going to change the narrative?
No. We have, as I've told you that, we see, as human beings, I think sometimes we must be sincere.
Okay.
We must be honest with the situation. Okay? We must be sincere to our country. We must be honest to our country in the sense that we are all pained by what Zambia is right now, where you are called a poor country. Then, when you look at issues, you will find that we are not poor, we are a rich country. But yet, the owners of the land are poor. Why? Why is this discrepancy? I think there is a time when we should sit down as Zambians. We should just be fair to say, we want to create a better Zambia. How do we create it? The first thing that must be done is to make sure that we create strong systems.
Okay.
When I'm talking about systems, I'm talking about institutions. These are systems that governs the country. Let us be governed by systems. I've already said that your body is governed by systems. Systems, they are controlling the body. And all systems, they are operating independent of the other.
Why
but
do you
yet
feel-
they are scoring in one go.
But
keeping
why
keeping
do you
yourself
feel-
health.
Having that realization, we've got academicians, we've got learned individuals in this country. However, why are we failing when it comes to leadership, Honorable, to realize that we need stronger systems to combat some of the challenges that this country is facing, social and economic challenges? Most of them are attributed to the weaker systems that we have in place. Why do we fail to replace body to be as a whole system, and the systems work independently and they are well coordinated? Why do we fail? For instance, if today you become president of Zambia, then we start seeing lapses in your administration, and yet you have this conviction within you.
No, you see, what is the problem that we have? We have learned people, yes. What is learning? Learning is accumulating knowledge, okay, that was recorded some time back and put in the system as part of our existence, okay?
Yes.
That is the thing. But we have concentrated very much on the intellect. Intellect will not solve this country's problem.
Okay.
Okay? Intelligent. There are intelligent people in Zambia. I can tell you that. There are a number of intelligent people in Zambia. But there are two things. There is intelligence and wisdom. Wisdom is fair. But intelligent people, you can be intelligent but a thief.
So that means that you can be intelligent but lack wisdom.
Lack wisdom, yes.
Okay.
There's two things. There's wisdom and intelligence. Wisdom only comes from God. And whatever that is godly, it is fair. It is honest. There is justice. There is win-win situation. There is no lose-win. But whoever is intelligent, I can be an intelligent person and crook you here and take advantage of you and get money because of intelligence. I've used it. That's why there are these, most of the people that have been cited for corrupt tendencies, big money. They are people who are learned.
Is it dangerous for an intelligent person to become corrupt?
It's very dangerous because he can outsmart others because he's intelligent. You can, because of your intelligence, you can outsmart others and steal from others, and because of your. But in terms of wisdom, you cannot do that. You will regard other people's lives as important as your life. And anything that you are going to do, it is that one that builds life.
Okay.
And when I'm talking about life, I'm talking about oneness. Okay? Because God is the one that occupies everything. You and me and everybody else. And God is, and we are told God is love. And since God is love, if you are bringing God in a situation, then it means that you are going to have love. When you have love, smarter, you will not cook anybody.
Okay.
You will not take advantage of the people in Karingaringa. You will not take advantage of people in the villages. Okay? Because you know that once you do that, you are not being godly. You are being.
So, Honorable.
So that's what I'm emphasizing, that the viewers should learn here is that we have produced a good number of intelligent people
as a country.
And the intelligence, you get it from another person.
Okay.
But wisdom, it is direct from the source.
Okay.
And the source is God. The universe itself teaches you. That's why if you go and observe what the ants are doing, you get wisdom from there. Because that is nature. It's operating. But a human being, we were given infinite number of choices. We can choose what we want to do. But we have taken advantage of each other. But we need now to transcend from that and make sure that at any given time, we look at the lifestyle of these people, these individuals that we want to bring into office. Because it's a serious business to be the leader. It's not an easy thing.
Are you then advocating for a lifestyle audit before one occupies a public office, or
Yes, I think that is good. And even I would advocate that before one becomes a leader, okay? Before one becomes a leader, he or she must relinquish those private things that one is doing and come and operate as in the public. Because once you are coming to the public domain, you must shed out all those things that are individual in nature, which are personal in nature, and concentrate on delivering what according to the assignment.
Is that possible in the African context, particularly Zambia? Is that possible? I'm asking this question, Honorable, because through successful governments, we have seen ministers that have awarded contracts to their proxy companies.
Yeah.
Through successful governments. I'm not citing any one government, but I'm saying through successful governments. Those reports have come out. Those reports have been recorded in the FIC reports, in the Auditor General's report. We have documented these events, Honorable. Is it possible for one to divorce themselves completely from the company that they run, whether they're CEO or shareholder, and run a public office independently? Honorable, is that possible?
It is possible. That's why you need to create systems. So much so that whoever wants to be a leader at any given time, you must know that you are operating that on behalf of the Creator, who is God. So you are entering God's shoes now. So which means your consideration should be fair. Okay? You should not look at your own children. You should not look at your own parents. You should not look at it as special. No. You should consider everyone becomes your children, everyone becomes your parents, becomes your nephew, because you are a leader. And everyone is looking up to you. So even your thinking, even your mind should change. You should revolutionize your mind to that of common good. Okay? Common, I'm saying common good. Then you find that this problem that we are facing in Africa will cease, because people are taking advantage of our greediness. These companies that are coming in Africa, they put leaders who are greedy, leaders who are selfish, because once you are selfish, they will give you a 10% commission at the Ministry of Defense for so that they can supply equipment or another. Now, what will happen that they will either put the price up, okay, or under supply, or substandard goods will be supplied, or put the price up. And you as a leader now, because you have been given something, it will be very difficult for you to say no to this, because you are part of that. That is where I'm saying leaders should, this time around, we should get leaders that will operate independent of their own connections and so on and so forth. Because this is what is causing the problems that we have in this country. I will tell you from experience.
Okay.
Because experience is the best teacher. Although Zambian people, they are saying, you are old, you are... I was a member of parliament in Nazong, yes, for I want to declare that for 5 years.
And the minister for that matter.
And within that 5 years, okay, I did not stay in parliament 10 years, I stayed on 5 years. And within that 5 years, I moved from commerce, trade and industry to Western Province, to works and supply and communication and defense. That 5 years is enough for me. I accumulated, I know what the problem is, where the problem lies. It is that if you as a leader somewhere, or a minister, or whoever, even up to the president, because you cannot do any deal yourself, involving yourself, you cannot actively be there. What you are going to do that you send one of your trustee, either from the ministry, or who is a director, or who is a PS. And the PS will come to the knowledge of what has happened. Okay? Now, because the PS knows, and you as a leader or you as a minister, you've been involved, that he knows, the PS knows that the minister has a cut there. Please, that contract, the minister, pass it to the minister is an interest. It goes through. Okay? Now, what will happen that tomorrow, it will be the permanent secretary. And then the permanent secretary will not do it himself. He will send the directors. The director will know exactly what has happened. And then tomorrow it will be the director. And the director has juniors also. So, this is how difficult corruption is in Africa or in Zambia. Because it is played at different levels.
Okay.
So if you want to, you are the minister, and you think that something has been done somewhere down there by the director, and you know that, but this director was done this, the one who did that program that I benefited. What do? You keep quiet. Even when the anti-corruption wants to move in, you will pour a punch. So this is where the problem.
How do we cure that, Honorable? Because the way you're explaining it, it's indicating that this is a continuous reaction chain, if you like.
Yes.
How do we begin to cure this, Honorable, such that the Anti-Corruption Commission or the Drug Enforcement Commission or any law enforcement agency can come through independently, regardless of seeing Honorable SIAMUNENE as a defense minister or as a director at a certain ministry or as a PS at a ministry, but they will come in because they are operating independently? How do we achieve that?
No, it's every problem. There is a solution.
Okay.
There is no problem that is intractable. No, it requires just the right mindset. The mindset is supposed to be right. This time around, Zambia should decide to open a new era,
Okay.
a new way of doing things. And I believe we are standing at a threshold of new era, new beginning, which will demand new way of thinking and new individuals. But they can be the same individuals, but they must transform their thinking. They must revolutionize their thinking to that of working or selfless leadership.
How do we do that, Honorable?
So what we can do is that
we are told that you can't teach an old horse new tricks. How do we do that? Because we have seen, for instance, individuals that have been there since the time of Kaunda. They replicate. They are like chameleons. If it's blue, they are blue. Red comes in, they are red.
Yeah.
Green comes in, they are red. And they are thriving. These individuals, they know how to squeeze themselves in these political parties. How then do you begin to tell this individual that, look, you can transform your mindset, you can change and save the Zambian people selflessly? How do we initiate that conversation?
This thing can be done.
Okay.
I am calling on the young people. Okay? Some of these guys, you see, you know how the subconscious mind operates. If the storage, if your paradigm is that of Nchekereko, it will be very difficult, of course, to change it to,
Exactly.
to that. So, we are calling on the young people. And they must reach a point where they are going to say, we have decided now that whoever we are going to bring as a leader, we have to scrutinize. Okay? We have to scrutinize him or her. And we have to know where one is coming from. And we have to interrogate further to make sure that if there is a change, but in truth, the mind is digestible. Thought can be, it's just thinking. You can today be thinking different, but tomorrow you can still change.
Exactly.
That's why if it was not like that, Jesus would have not appeared. Because he appeared in order to change, and his message was change. Repent. Repent means to change. Okay? And even Paul says, be transformed by renewing of your mind.
Do we have
We just need to renew our mind.
In fact, let me ask, do we have politicians that are willing to think like Paul and say, you have to renew your mind, be transformed by renewing your mind? Do we have leaders that are willing to do that? Or we have politicians that are thirsty and hungry for kickbacks because they know, if I award Honorable RICHWELL SIAMUNENE this particular contract, I'll be able to get 10%. So if that company, if that institution is abusing its workers, no labor laws will apply to them, because the minister, Honorable RICHWELL SIAMUNENE, is having a 20%, 10%, 15% cut from the operations of those mines, how then do you tell that minister that, look, renew your mind, you have to transform how you think?
No. You see, the whole issue here is that is what we have told ourselves in Zambia we want.
Okay.
We have gathered ourselves, guys, what do we want to do?
Okay.
We want to do this and this and this. Are we sure that we have identified where the problem is? Yes. And we have tailored the constitution, the manifesto, to address this problem that we are facing. And that's why I did point out in the beginning that we just need to address this, because we have trusted people in the past. So this time around, we have to trust institutions, the systems, because people will be able to operate within the ambit of the system, within the confines of the governing laws. Okay? So that is what we have, and we have agreed. And if you read our manifesto clearly, it will tell you exactly that these people, they are serious. And we said, okay, we have done a very good constitution, we have done a very good manifesto. Okay? What do we do now? That's when we said, okay, in order for us to make sure that this is what you have put here, we do not dupe the people of Zambia, okay, and we do not cheat the people of Zambia, then later on we do something different. What do we do? That is why we arrived at that point whereby, okay, let's delink the party leadership and the government leadership, so that we are able to check on each other exercise. That is what that's why we have reached that point. And we said, what do we do now? Okay, in terms of leadership, we are going to have you people, every one of us, interim leadership, so that we make it open to other Zambians who thinks the same way. Because we may not be the only one, the only Zambian who think this way. There are others who think the same way what we are thinking, so that we accommodate them. We accommodate those from Western Province, we accommodate those from Southern Province, we accommodate those from Northern, Eastern, and any other area in Zambia, who think that this is not our station as a country. We belong to the higher station. And what has let us down is our mind, our mindset. So that is why if you read our manifesto, talks about transformation, talks about to revolutionize our thinking first. Because you cannot change things if you are still thinking the same way. You will drift back to the same.
Okay.
So what we do is to revolutionize. So when you want to join us, we'll give you the manifesto and say, look, read this manifesto, read this constitution. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. Then you are part of. So much so that even when we go into government, they will remember that this is what we are supposed to do. We have agreed. We have agreed as a group. That's why it has been difficult for us sometimes to join with any other political party just for the sake of hosting those who are in power. It has been difficult. We say, no, we are not only interested to remove these who are in power. Our crux of the matter is to have a better Zambia, a prosperous country, a country whereby each individual, schooled or not schooled, or learned or not learned, old or young, different abled people will be given an opportunity to contribute to the growth of this country. Because we believe that in our Zambia, we want to believe that any individual living in this country has a unique talent. And that talent needs to be expressed. So as government, we will just provide the environment where each individual will be able to express themselves. Because no one is a dull person, according to us. No one is dull. It's the environment. So if we give them the right environment, the right mindset, we will produce very sophisticated engineers in this country. We know, somewhere in Mutembule village, somewhere in Shangubo there, the child that is born right now has got unique talent, and we need that talent to contribute to the well-being of this country. So that is what we have created, and that will be implemented through our education sector. So much so that we need to discover these people now. We need to discover and give them the opportunity, not whereby you even have somebody in the Zambezi who didn't go to school and he has developed something. He has beaten you, the engineer from ZESCO. He has developed a thermal or a hydro station. Just because he has beaten you, you went to school, you have a degree. You don't want to accept that. That is not what, because we know that all whatever that we have accumulated, it came from the mind of other people. And we said we shall use our mind to generate, even discovering things that have not yet been discovered, knowing things that are not yet known, and we can only use the Zambian to develop Zambia, not another. That's what we have agreed, and that is not negotiable.
And that's final?
That's final. Zambian, you must get prepared right now. Going forward, as you give us the chance to be in leadership, just remember that you will have now the time to exercise yourself or to express yourself according to your endowment.
Okay. Honorable, now you said something that you've been skeptical as a party to engage in political alliances. And others have said no one party can not overthrow, but take over from.
Yes.
Pardon my word.
Move on. You have to be very careful.
I take back that word. I retract it wholeheartedly,
yes,
unreservedly.
Yeah.
No one party can be able to convince the Zambian people to usher out the incumbent government, if you like, unless if this political party attaches itself to other political parties. We saw that the current government, the UPND, came through as an alliance government with other political parties. Why has it been difficult for the Zambian want to involve itself with other political parties? We know, for instance, as there is the United Kwasha Alliance, UKA. There is also the Tonse Alliance. There is also the UPND Alliance in government. But why didn't you just say, as Zambia we're going to attach ourselves to this alliance or that alliance or that alliance?
No, you see, if you read our constitution, there is a provision for alliances.
Okay.
There is a provision, no doubt about it. We created that because we want to involve every Zambian, as I've told you.
Okay.
Every Zambian they can come as a group, okay, that's a political party, or they can come as individuals. What we are saying is that we must agree what is it that we are going to do when we form government. Do we all buy in what we all understand where Zambia is? Do we all agree that this is what is needed? We have to overhaul these systems. Do we all agree that we are going to shed the presidential powers? Okay? Do we all agree that we are going to have separation of powers?
Okay. So just there, Honorable, kindly hold your thought. We do have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
You are through to Camnet TV's lunchtime cafe. Your name and where you're calling us from?
This is Mr. Machine in West. I'm calling you from Stage.
Ah, fantastic. Good to know that Stage is tuned in. Your contribution.
Yes, my contribution is that he speaks a very good, Mr. SIAMUNENE, but the only thing that sometimes we bother, these people, they don't go around so that they can form some branches. Right here, we've never seen any one of them. So it was good for them maybe to go to the grassroots so that at least the party can grow. None of us, we are very interested, but there is no communication and we don't know whom we should approach so that we can join them.
Okay.
Okay,
So
no, that's good.
So that at least we'll be able to see them.
No, we'll be coming to it. I will give you the number. I'll give you the number after some time. If the director here allows me to give you the number, so that at least you can start forming branches wherever you are. You are Zambian. Start even forming branches for Zambia we want. Even Jesus, you remember, he says, no, we have found people there preaching. And he says, no, no one is like, we want to create a better
Is that
Zambia.
all, Mr. Mchindu?
Yes, that's all. I would really appreciate if you can give me the right so that at least we can discuss more.
Okay,
All right.
no, he will.
Members.
He will. Thank you so much, Mr. Mchindu.
You are welcome.
Okay. Mr. Mchindu is concerned. But you are only in Lusaka. Is it because Zambia we want is only for Lusakans and not for people in Iteji? He wants to know, are you going to form branches in other parts of Zambia as the Zambia we want? And he began his statement by saying, you are speaking so well.
Yeah, it's good that Texas there is listening. That is the purpose of interacting with you, the media, so that other people can see what we have. So that now that he's accepting, so we have given him the mandate there to form a branch there wherever he is, because we want a better Zambia. And when we go there, we say, oh, me, I formed the branch, here is the branch. So every Zambian, wherever you are, Zambia we want is, I'm speaking as a acting chairperson now. Zambia we want party is your party.
They want
No
on the
one
ground.
should stop you, no one should just be on the ground and search for our numbers and tell us, no, I've already formed the district there. We'll come and see it and bring it on board.
Any
so it doesn't
plans?
matter. Form branches wherever you are.
Any
Zambia
plans, Honorable, of going on the ground and meeting people? And if the branches are being formed, any plans of going on the ground and consolidating your presence on the ground, Honorable? Because competition is stiff.
Yes,
You've got 5-10 parties that have come together as an alliance. You've got 6 political parties that have come together as an alliance. You, on the other hand, you are working independently as the Zambia we want. So there's competition of numbers on the ground, Honorable. Are we going to see you cementing your presence in
we don't
different parts of
consider,
Zambia?
there is no competition.
There's no competition?
There's no competition here.
What makes you say so, Honorable?
There's no, because Zambia we want is a party that is a part of the moment, right now, because it wants to create a better Zambia. So the competition, for us, we are just going to say, oh, that look, you Zambian, this is what we need at this moment. And they come and join, let's contribute together, like Mr. Mchindu now from Stage. So basically, we don't even consider that there's competition. We just need to create a Zambia now, to say, okay, the past, we have done this, so let's forget about the past. Let's create a new Zambia now, going into the future. So that's what we want. So what we are considering, there is no competition, because we are with the people. Okay. And we know exactly, because this Zambia we want, it came out of consultations, it came out of research. And after the research, the name came to be what it is because of that research. So this is answering to the problems that we are facing in Zambia, because we are not in control of our economy. Because people can come from somewhere, they become rich. You don't have a 300 kwacha, but those who are coming from other countries, they have millions and millions of kwachas from your own resources. That is not good. And
how would you change that minus scaring potential and existing investors? How do you change the narrative?
No, we are not changing, we are not scaring any. We have win-win situation.
Okay.
The investor himself will get part of what his profit, but let's share with the owners. Okay? Sharing can be in different forms. Let's say, for example, you make profit, okay? You make profit from the mineral sales, and the profit, and that money comes into the system, the financial system. That means that Zanaco will have that money, dollars, then. Now, when you have more dollars, it means that the kwacha will appreciate, okay? And at the same time, it will lower the interest rate, okay? Inflation as well will come down. That will benefit other Zambians who will be able to go to the bank. There was a time in the past where the banks themselves, they were advertising those who want to get loans. Not these it's called Kaloba. Not Kaloba that we are seeing those who are advertising. No, we are talking about the banking system itself, the new banking system, where they can advertise and they will even negotiate with you that, look, why can't we bring, no, I can't pay that 5%. Bring it to 3%.
So there was such a time in Zambia.
Yes, there was such a time. I remember very well. So they were able to, but we lived. That was a short time. Remember that after Manawasa there, and
yes,
that it was short. So why can't we get back to say, okay, let's look at these fundamentals that Manawasa and Magande, who was the finance minister, what is it that, what attributes were this particular individual? Because the attribute that makes what it is, it's the qualities that makes what it is. It's those, if one has no qualities of being a leader, he will operate, it will enrich himself or herself to the detriment of the masses. So what we are saying is, it is possible. Okay, it is very, very possible. This is the time where we have reached, where it requires genuine, selfless Zambians whose interest is to see the whole society be upgraded, not egoistic kind of manner that I should have money. I have more money myself. I have ngombes, I have dollars, I have what? What can you tell me? Because there are people from where I come from in the village where it says, if you have no ngombes, you will not be even be considered to contribute to anything during the meetings. So what do you have? You sit down. We don't want that kind of thing. We want to consider everyone that is he or she is important in one way or another. I think that is what we want to create, and that is what the manifesto and the constitution, which is our will of Zambia, we want. That's what is conveyed. Take time to go through it, and once you go through it, I know you will love it, and you say tomorrow you will come and want to join and say, I want to be part of the better Zambia.
Okay, Honorable, as we go, let me find out from you. The largest constituency is watching, which is the Zambian people. We also have some potential Zambia We Want members that are on the fence, and they are saying, why should we trust the Zambia We Want politicians when we've had politicians that were sweet talking, sweeter than honey, come to us and they promised us heaven and earth through successful government? I'm not citing any particular government, and they've disappointed us. Now, the question that the Zambian people have for you and the Zambia We Want is, why should they trust you come 2026? Why should they vote for the Zambia We Want as a vehicle to steer development in Zambia?
Well, the party itself consists of individuals. Individuals makes the organization.
Okay.
Now, why should the Zambian people trust Zambia We Want? They must trust Zambia We Want because they will be part of the same. Those who think that, okay, the politicians have disappointed them in the past. Now, we are calling on them to come and join so that we know that they are honest. Not that there are no honest people in this country. No. There are people who are honest, who can do clean politics. There are people who can create unity that we need in this country. We need two things, unity and love. They go together, they are intertwined. Okay? Don't we have, if SIAMUNENE is speaking today, if I'm speaking here, I want to talk with anyone, you are able to go back to my record when I was a member of parliament. Did I take advantage of CDF? Did I, when I was a commerce, did I get any contract from government institutions? Did I influence any contract of any nature? You go to Ministry of Works and Supply, which does the roads. It is very critical. It's Ministry of Works, Supply and Communication, in charge of the roads, in charge of communication and works and the houses of all these houses that we have in them. So that ministry, that's where contracts are being signed. When I was involved there, did I participate in any contract, in any influence, giving any either European company or Chinese company, Canadian company? When I was defense, did I influence any organization to supply issues. So from there now, you can judge that what I'm speaking to according to my being or my nature. These are don't condemn every person. Whoever was in the government, you think that he participated. Right now, me, I can tell you exactly. If you ask me about my property that I own, I will tell you in 3, 4, 5 minutes that this one I bought this time and the money came from here, and you can go and check.
So your wealth is traceable.
Yes.
Your assets are traceable.
They are traceable. If
they are not linked to a time when you were in government.
No. If they are linked to the time when I was in government, I got money from Parliament as a gratuity. You understand? And it's clear. And you can even see where I stay. I have decided to stay in a humble house.
Okay.
I'm staying in a flat somewhere in Avondale. Yes. I said to my wife, let's stay here. We don't want to go up there. If we build a bigger house, we may be pompous for nothing and disregard those other human beings as an non-entity. That's what it is. Wealth. If they give you, if you have wealth, you are well educated, and they give you again power. These are 3 things. You can be drunk. Those people have money, the way they speak. Those people who live in those houses and driving, the way they speak, you can know that, yes, disregarding.
But is it wrong to be rich? Is it wrong to be
No,
wealthy?
it's not rich.
And aspire to be wealthy?
No, it's not. It is not wrong.
As we go now.
Yes, it's not wrong. It's a perfect thing to do.
Okay.
But the wealth that you accumulate must be by the way of creating something that you are exchanging with others.
Okay.
Okay? Are you getting me? If you get to Bill Gates and other Alibaba and who other
Elon Musk.
And the other, what is it that they have created? You will discover that Bill Gates created Microsoft. And not Microsoft. You and me and the others are paying.
We use it.
So money is going to him through the exchange of value.
Okay.
Are you getting me? That is right. That is the legitimate way of getting wealth. You must create something that society, because they need that thing that you have created, and they are able to give you the money. Not whereby you go into government and you become a billionaire. Then there is a question there. Okay? You say, no, where did you get then when you were not in government? This is what where you were, and then you have gone this far. We know that we have done wrong things in the past. But if we concentrate on the past, we will not move going forward. For me now, we have done wrong things in the past. Where we have reached now, let's have strong institutions.
Okay.
And the past must remain in the past. We know that we have done, but what I'm emphasizing that not everyone who got into government participated in wrong things. Even when they could have participated, we are saying, if you have reformed and you know that you've erred, and public said, look, this is where I erred, and this is what we are able to make remedial measures, like what Paul did. Paul was a criminal, was chasing Christians and so on and so forth in that time. And then there came a time when he said, enough is enough, I've done wrong things, let me do right thing now, which builds humanity. Which is a win-win situation, which does not say this one should lose, me I should win. No, we need to move. We need to have correct politicians right now.
Okay.
And the time is now. We will not have any other time apart from this time.
Okay. Honorable, let me thank you more sincerely for coming through, and we look forward to a time when most politicians will have an encounter with the Lord like Paul, so that they can transform as well. But let me thank you, Honorable, for coming through.
So thank you very much. So what I can only appeal to the Zambian people, let us not have wholesome condemnation.
Okay.
Whether there are people, sorry for that, let me take a bit of time directly.
Okay, under a minute.
Under a minute. You see, there are people in this country who hate the tribe.
Okay. Naturally.
They just hate the tribe. Just because his name is SIAMUNENE and it belongs to the Tonga,
In Southern Borough.
then whatever I'm going to say, it's all rubbish or total nonsense.
Okay.
There are those people who hate the Tongas passionately. There are Tongas who hate the Bembas passionately. And the Losses who hate the Ngonis passionately. And the Ngoni who hate the Losses passionately. So, and this is not the time. That's why I'm calling on the youth. This is not the time. How I wish if you could bury all those who have such minds, those old politicians who are dividing us, and say, let them be tied. And that's what the Bible says. Such people should be tied a rope there with a big stone and be thrown in the Indian Ocean so that they will not resurrect anymore. We want to create a better Zambia where there is no need to say, you are a Tonga, you are a Bemba, you are a Ngoni, you are a Senga, you are
So the Zambia that you want to create is a Zambia where a person who is Tonga speaking can be able to contest in Petauke constituency and be able to win because they are Zambian. Same with a person who's Bemba speaking can be able to contest in Western Province, in Mongo Central, and be able to win elections because they are Zambian. That's the Zambia.
Yes, because one, there must be Zambian, two, there must be good people.
Okay.
Whose heart is to save the masses.
Okay.
So that is the thing. This is a Zambia that we want. Because there are some people who say, no, because the leader, because this leader is Bemba, and then you condemn all Bemba, and I say you condemn them. That you are being tribal now, even yourself. Because you see, there is not, you can't have the whole tribe thinking the same way one thinks. No, you can't have such a
So
situation.
SIAMUNENE's mistakes do not represent the Tonga speaking people.
No, it is me.
Okay.
And if I have to be hanged, they must hang me
Individual.
on the cross there.
Not involve the chiefs.
Not involve the chiefs. And I must not involve the chief for my own misdeed.
Okay.
My own shortcomings. And then I want to deny and say, because I'm Tonga, I'm victimized. I say, no, that is not. What do you do when you were Minister of Defense? Answer the
In your
question.
own individual
Yes.
capacity.
Let me not take the whole my clan and say they were not involved. So that is, I think that is the appeal that I'm making. Passionately so that we need to create a better Zambia where we love each other. We don't love each other as Zambians. You can love a foreigner and then you don't love a Zambian. Even a contract, when you are wanting of contract, and that is why this is very important. That's why even in these ministries, you find that the prices of things like a Ministry of Mines, the area charges, they are very high.
For ordinary Zambia.
Unaffordable for ordinary Zambia. And we know where we are. Why can't we have that category that these fees
Are for Zambia.
are for Zambians? These fees are those who are coming from outside because they have more money. So then you are making the Zambian disadvantaged to take part in their own economy.
So we are enemies of ourselves.
That is the truth.
Okay. Honorable, time flies when you're having a productive, honest discussion. But let me thank you again, more sincerely, for coming through and for giving us this time with you, Honorable. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless the viewers and the listeners.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
And thank you, the major stakeholders, the viewers, Mr. Mjindu from Iteji. Thank you so much for being tuned in. My director upstairs, thank you so much. My directors, my two directors, in studio right here with me, gender balanced, male and female. Thank you so much. And thank you to the Honorable here for coming through. I have been your host, Tapelo Jos Mata. We'll see you when you see us. Good afternoon and God bless.